Every man wants to be stronger, but almost every man avoids the very fire that would make him so. You say you want power, yet you walk away from the heat that could forge it, and that is why you stay the same. You avoid struggle. You avoid exhaustion. You avoid resistance. You avoid anything that burns, stings, or pushes back. But listen, the fire you keep running from is the fire you need the most. Strength is not built in comfort. Strength is built in friction. Strength is built in battle. Strength is built in the moments when your body screams to stop and your mind whispers to quit. That moment is where the real training begins. Suffering with purpose is not punishment. It is purification. It burns away laziness. It burns away excuses. It burns away the weak identity you've been protecting. Fire does not destroy the true man. It reveals him. The world has convinced you that discomfort is dangerous and struggle is harmful. But the truth is brutal. Comfort is the real danger. Comfort is the slow poison that kills a man before he even realizes he is dying. You avoid the workout because it hurts. But the pain is the proof you're waking up. You avoid the challenge because you're afraid to fail, but failure is the proof you're alive. You avoid the heat because it feels overwhelming, but the heat is the proof you're getting stronger. Pain is feedback. Pain is information. Pain is the signal that you are stepping into territory you've never mastered before, and every step into that fire creates a new version of you that did not exist the day before. You choose who you become by choosing what you endure. If you endure nothing, you become nothing. If you endure only comfort, you become soft. If you endure the fire becomes your strength. And here is the truth few men want to face. The man you dream of becoming is waiting for you inside the struggle you keep avoiding. You cannot find him in ease. You cannot meet him in comfort. You meet him in the heat of battle against your own limits. This fire, the fire of discipline, the fire of training, the fire of repeated difficulty, is the birthplace of every warrior who ever lived without weakness. When you step into the fire with intention, you stop being ruled by the fear of pain. You stop running from your own potential. You stop hiding behind the lie that you need to feel ready. You rise because rising is required. And in that fire, something changes. Your breathing slows. Your mind sharpens. Your body adapts. Your spirit hardens. You realize you were capable the entire time. You were just avoiding the gate that led to your own evolution. In Chapter 2, you will discover why this fire feels unbearable at first, and why mastering it is the only way to build a man unshakable by anything. Pain feels unbearable at first because it exposes something you've tried to ignore. The truth that your life has lacked weight, not physical weight, but meaning. And meaning always begins with responsibility. You suffer more when your life has no direction. You suffer more when the discomfort has no purpose. You suffer more when the struggle feels random and detached from who you want to become. Pain without meaning is torment. Pain with meaning is transformation. When you first enter the fire, you feel overwhelmed because you do not yet understand why it burns. You think pain is a punishment. You think pain is an obstacle. You think pain is a sign that you are doing something wrong. But in reality, it is the first sign that you are finally doing something right. Your body rebels because it has lived too long in softness. Your mind resists because it has survived too long on excuses. Your identity trembles because it has never been asked to carry anything heavy before. This is why suffering feels unbearable in the beginning. You are meeting the real weight of your own potential for the first time. Pain is the shock of awakening. The shock of confronting every limitation that comfort allowed to survive. You feel your weakness not because you are failing, but because you are finally running into the borders of your old self. And this is where most men quit. Not because the pain is too intense, but because the pain is unfamiliar. They think discomfort means they are breaking, but discomfort means they are being rebuilt. Purpose changes everything. When you know why you suffer, the suffering becomes fuel. When you know who you must become, the burning becomes direction. When you know what is at stake, the weight becomes acceptable. Purpose turns pain into focus. Purpose turns struggle into progress. Purpose turns repetition into identity. Without purpose, every difficulty feels unfair. With purpose, every difficulty feels necessary. You suffer at first because you do not yet trust the process that pain is building. You have not lived long enough in the fire to realize the fire is forming structure inside you. You are not being destroyed. You are being shaped. The moment you attach meaning to your suffering, the pain stops being chaos. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" And you begin asking, "What is this shaping in me?" That shift alone turns weakness into will. Suffering with purpose teaches you a truth comfort never could. You were meant to carry heavy things. Purpose is the spine that straightens you. Purpose is the fire that clarifies you. Purpose is the force that makes pain a tool instead of a prison. When the fire burns and you still move forward. When the weight crushes and you still rise. When the doubt screams and you still act. You begin to understand that you are not suffering to stay the same. You are suffering to become someone who will never fear pain again. In Chapter 3, you will see how this purpose turns suffering into a source of truth, revealing the man you could be beneath the man you've been. Pain does not lie. Pain does not flatter you. Pain does not tell you what you want to hear. Pain tells you exactly who you are, beneath the stories, beneath the excuses, beneath every layer of comfort you've used to hide from yourself. Pain shows you your real thresholds, the point where your discipline ends and your weakness begins. Most men never meet that point because they run from the fire long before they reach it. But when you stand in the heat, you see the limits you tried to pretend weren't there. Pain reveals your instinct. When the pressure rises, who do you become? Do you retreat? Do you freeze? Do you lash out? Or do you step forward into the weight? Your instinct under fire is your true character. Pain exposes your honesty. Not the honesty you show others. The honesty you show yourself. The honesty you cannot escape when your lungs burn, your muscles shake, and your mind begs you to stop. In that moment, every lie you ever told yourself stands naked in front of you. Pain reveals your relationship with effort. Some men work hard only until it hurts. Warriors work hard especially when it hurts. Pain draws a line between those who rely on motivation and those who rely on identity. Pain reveals your courage. Not courage in words, courage in action. Anyone can talk about improvement. Anyone can talk about discipline. But when the weight becomes unbearable, when the fire surrounds you, when the fight feels endless, that is where courage either appears or collapses. Pain reveals your loyalty to your own potential. Most men abandon themselves the moment things become difficult. They break their own promise because the promise was built on hope instead of will. Pain tests that loyalty more than any failure ever could. Pain reveals your patience. Not the patience you use for others, the patience you use for yourself. When progress feels slow, when results don't show, when the work takes longer than you thought, patience determines whether you continue or crumble. Pain exposes the version of you you've been avoiding. The version that quits too early, that hides behind excuses, that fears discomfort, that wants life to be easy. When you meet that version in the fire, you finally understand why your life has been stuck. Pain exposes what you protect. Some men protect their comfort. Some protect their ego. Some protect their old identity, but warriors protect the path forward, even when it costs them their old self. Pain reveals your standards. Not the standards you claim, but the standards you actually uphold when everything feels unbearable. Most men tighten their discipline only when life is gentle. But true standards show themselves when life becomes violent. Pain reveals what you truly want. Anyone can want greatness when greatness feels far away. But when greatness demands discomfort, sacrifice, repetition, and fire, pain reveals whether your desire is real or fantasy. In Chapter 4, you will see how suffering with purpose begins to reshape your identity, how the man you were starts to fall away, and the man you must become begins to rise from the heat. When suffering has purpose, it no longer destroys you. It reshapes you. It no longer crushes you. It carves you. It no longer frightens you. It focuses you. Purpose turns pain from an enemy into the fire that reforges your identity. The first transformation is awareness. You stop seeing pain as something happening to you and start seeing it as something happening for you. Every burn, every strain, every moment of pressure becomes a message. Pain becomes your instructor, not your punishment. The second transformation is stability. Before, discomfort made you panic. It made your thoughts scatter. It made your mind spiral into the worst versions of itself. But with purpose, pain hits you and you stay still. You breathe. You endure. Your presence becomes unshakable. The third transformation is resistance. Your threshold rises. What once felt impossible becomes manageable. What once felt overwhelming becomes training. You stop breaking at the first strike. You stop collapsing under the first wave of heat. You absorb pain without losing your mind. The fourth transformation is focus. Purpose cuts away the noise that used to cloud your discipline. When the suffering begins, your mind sharpens. Your priorities narrow. The chaos within you turns into a straight line forward. The fifth transformation is drive. Pain stops being a barrier and becomes fuel. Hardship becomes momentum. Struggle becomes movement. You begin to chase the very discomfort you used to avoid because you understand that every step into the fire brings you closer to the man you were meant to be. The sixth transformation is identity shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries. You begin seeing yourself as someone who endures, as someone who fights, as someone who does not fold, does not retreat, does not negotiate with weakness. Purpose changes not just how you act, but who you believe you are. Pain becomes familiar, not pleasant, but familiar. You begin to recognize that the burning sensation is not a sign you should stop, but a sign you are alive, a sign you are moving forward. The seventh transformation is emotional control. As your identity strengthens, your reactions change. Stress no longer throws you off. Fear no longer dictates your pace. Anger no longer blinds you. You begin to move with a colder, clearer mind, because pain trained you to remain calm even in the fire. The eighth transformation is discipline becoming instinct. Not something you force, something you are. You rise without thinking. You train without bargaining. You push without waiting for motivation to appear. Purpose has rewired your reflexes. The ninth transformation is self-respect. Suffering with intention forces you to meet yourself at your highest potential. You begin to trust your own word. You begin to believe your own promise. You begin to act in alignment with the man you knew you could become. And the final transformation is kisa. Freedom. Not freedom from struggle, freedom from fear of struggle. The world cannot break a man who has chosen his pain and given it meaning. Difficulty loses its power because you have already decided what you are willing to endure to build the life you want. In Chapter 5, you will see the visible signs that this transformation has begun within you. The behaviors, the reactions, the strength that reveal the fire is now on your side. You don't realize the fire is changing you when you look at your reflection. You realize it when your reactions shift in the middle of the struggle. The signs appear only when the suffering is purposeful, and they are impossible to fake. The first sign is composure in heat. Where you once panicked, you now breathe. Where you once collapsed, you now steady yourself. Your body may shake, your lungs may burn, but your mind stays anchored. Fire no longer startles you, it sharpens you. The second sign is longer endurance. You last minutes longer in the same pain that used to defeat you in seconds. Your muscles still ache, your bones still protest, but your will is no longer built from paper. You stay in the fire with a posture that tells the world you are no longer easy to break. The third sign is cleaner decisions under stress. You stop choosing the easy path. You stop reaching for shortcuts. You stop negotiating with the part of you that wants to retreat. Pain no longer confuses you. It clarifies what must be done. You see the next step with cold precision. The fourth sign is strength appearing in repetition. You don't get stronger from one moment of suffering. You get stronger from choosing the heat over and over again. Suddenly, the weight that once crushed you becomes the weight you carry with confidence. The fifth sign is quicker recovery. You don't stay down as long. You rise between sets faster. You return to training sooner. The fatigue still hits you, but it no longer chains you down. Your body adapts to what once felt impossible. Your spirit refuses to stay in the dirt. The sixth sign is reduced emotional noise. Pain used to make you angry, restless, scattered. Now the noise quiets. Your reactions slow. Your breathing evens. You learn to feel the pain without letting it command you. The seventh sign is leaning into conflict. Before, you avoided anything that threatened to push you too far. Now you move toward it. You step into the drill, into the heat, into the weight that once terrified you. Not recklessly, purposefully. The fire becomes familiar territory. The eighth sign is identity alignment. You stop pretending. You stop doubting. You stop hesitating. You start acting like the man you said you wanted to become. Your behavior matches your ambition with a precision that only suffering could forge. The ninth sign is power in your posture. You stand differently, walk differently, move differently, not because you feel invincible, but because you feel grounded. Your presence carries the weight of every battle you didn't run from. The 10th sign is silence replacing excuses. You no longer explain why you're tired, why you're stressed, why you're struggling. You simply do the work. Suffering with purpose kills excuses at the root. The 11th sign is respect for difficulty. You stop resenting pressure. You stop fearing intensity. You stop wishing for an easier life. Instead, you look at the challenge and recognize it as the exact arena where you grow. And the final sign, the most important, is this. You begin to crave the fire, not out of self-destruction, but out of recognition. Because you finally understand that the man you want to be is waiting inside the heat, and you are ready to meet him. You cannot master suffering by simply enduring it. You master it by training inside it, by learning how to move, how to breathe, how to think while the fire is burning around you. There is a method to this, a way to turn every moment of pain into disciplined progress. The first step is, enter the heat on purpose. Do not wait for difficulty to find you. Walk into the arena before the excuses catch you. When you step toward the fire intentionally, the mind learns that discomfort is a choice, not a punishment. The second step is, fix your breathing. Pain makes your breath frantic. Fear makes your chest tighten. Weakness speeds your inhale and shortens your exhale. Control your breath and you control the fire. Slow inhale, slow release, rhythm over panic. Breathing is the anchor that keeps your mind steady while everything else burns. The third step is, focus your eyes. Pain scatters your vision. It pulls your attention everywhere, but a warrior chooses one point, one direction, one target. When your eyes lock in, your spirit follows, and when your spirit follows, your body obeys. The fourth step is, move under pressure. Most men freeze when the burning begins. Their fear tightens their muscles, stops their motion, kills their momentum. But you must learn to move inside the discomfort. A step, a strike, a pull, a lift. Movement inside pain breaks pain's control over you. The fifth step is, don't retreat, adjust. Weak men run backwards the moment the fire rises. But warriors shift their stance, change their angle, redirect their force. You don't leave the heat, you adapt to it. Pain becomes a teacher when you stop trying to escape it. The sixth step is, turn emotion into strength. Pain awakens frustration, fear, anger, resistance. Do not suppress it. Do not deny it. Channel it. Convert it. Let it travel through your muscles, not your thoughts. Emotion becomes fuel when it is directed, not avoided. The seventh step is, attack the weakness revealed. Pain shows you exactly where you are fragile, shoulders shaking. Push through them. Legs trembling, shift into them. Mind wavering, force clarity with breath. Pain exposes the weakness and you finish the job. The eighth step is, hold the line longer than yesterday. Not forever, not endlessly, just longer than before. One more rep, one more breath, one more second. The fire trains the man who dares to stay inside it longer than the man he was yesterday. The ninth step is, reset quickly. Do not collapse between efforts. Do not fall apart after one push. Rise fast, recover fast, return fast. Quick resets build unbroken rhythm. Unbroken rhythm builds identity. Identity survives the fire. The 10th step is, use ritual to stabilize the mind. A stance, a breath, a hand on the ground, a moment of stillness. Ritual anchors your spirit and prevents your mind from slipping into panic. The body remembers rituals even when the mind is tired. The 11th step is, finish with intention. Do not stop randomly. Do not quit mid-motion. End each effort with clarity and command. When you finish with intention, you teach your mind that you, not the pain, decide when the suffering ends. And the final step is, honor the fire. Not worship it, not fear it, honor it. Respect what it teaches. Respect the structure it builds. Respect the man it forces you to become. Because a warrior is not shaped by comfort. He is shaped by what he chooses to endure. There comes a moment after enough struggle, after enough heat, after enough days where you walked into the fire instead of running from it, when something shifts. Not outside, inside. The fire that once terrified you begins to recognize you. It stops pushing you away. It stops overwhelming you. It stops burning you like an intruder. Instead, it surrounds you like a trial you were always meant to complete. You realize the suffering you feared was never trying to break you. It was trying to introduce you to the man hidden beneath every excuse, every delay, every soft decision you made in the past. You rise into the heat differently now. You do not hesitate. You do not negotiate. You do not wait for readiness. You step forward with a stillness that only comes from repetition in the flames. You burn, but you do not break. There is a quiet strength that forms inside a man who chooses his pain, not pain handed to him by life. Pain he walks toward. Pain he accepts. Pain he uses. That kind of man stops fearing the fire because the fire is no longer foreign. You feel it in your posture. You stand taller. You breathe slower. The weight that once crushed you now rests on your shoulders like something you were built to carry. You don't run from resistance. You meet it, face to face. You feel it in your reactions. Stress does not control you. Discomfort does not distract you. Fear does not lead you. Your emotions no longer pull you like fragile strings. Your mind moves like a blade cooled in the forge. Steady, precise, dangerous. You feel it in your presence. People sense something different. Not loudness, not aggression, but a silent gravity. The kind of energy you cannot fake. The kind of energy only built through hours of standing in the fire when no one was watching. You feel it in your identity. You no longer look for comfort as a place to hide. You no longer see pain as something unfair. You no longer believe that ease is the goal of life. You know now that the strongest parts of you were forged in struggle you once feared. You feel it in your endurance. You last longer. You rise faster. You hold your ground even when everything shakes. Your capacity expands quietly, relentlessly, like iron hardening with every strike. And slowly, without applause, without witnesses, without validation, the fire begins to respect you. Not because you conquered it, but because you stayed. You stayed in moments where weaker men fled. This is the silence you only hear after walking through the heat with intention. A silence that settles in your chest, steady and warm, like the calm inside a furnace when the metal is ready to become something new. From this point forward, you do not fear the fire. You walk with it. You do not escape the heat. You master it. You do not suffer blindly. You suffer with purpose. And because of that, the man you were will never return.